There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. So, I've got a 350 stealth changer kit here, which I think is the top hat. I gotta go digging. I gotta figure out, I've got panels and stuff from somebody built. I think I already have a top hat that we could use for the Trident build. So, here's a top hat. We'll use that for the Trident build. I gotta remember where I put find where I put the panels for it though. But that's a problem for future Taylor. I also don't have yellow filament. I was hoping I had yellow filament. I've got blue. I've got LDO blue here, which will be blue enough for IKEA colors. So we got blue. But I need yellow. I don't know if I have yellow ABS. I might have to order yellow ABS. I've got yellow, it's just not ABS. I don't think. Yeah, it's PETG. pt2 or PETG? Let me know what you call it. If you're watching this in the future and you are watching the VOD, do you call it PETG or PETG? Let me know in the comments below. How's everyone doing today? I completely forgot where we were at, what we were doing. I have no idea where we're at when it comes to the status of this build series. I completely have no idea what we're doing, where we left off. So let's finish it. let's just kind of carry on where we were at, and we'll go from there. I think that sounds pretty good. Does that sound good to you? It sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. How is everyone doing? So, I think that goes there. Actually, I have no idea. I think what we're gonna have to do is, shit, I think we're gonna kill this guy, Batman. I don't know. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? It is so like, I gotta work on the stealth changer. Index is coming out soon. I gotta finish the stealth changer. It is what it is. Is what it is. Is what it is. Looks like spring steel, the umbilicals. Yeah, I got all the TPU parts printed here. Although I printed this with a skirt because I forgot. So we have to clean up the skirt on this, and then we can. Oh my god, this does not want to come off good. Also, I did some shopping. I went shopping. I got the heat sets that we need for Trident R2, and I also picked up a bunch of F695 bearings that I will also need for R2. I already have a bunch of F695, but like the ones that I'm reusing from the Physec Trident are RS bearings, so they have the rubber gasket, and I kind of want to use those throughout. I don't like mixing and matching, not that it really matters. So I picked up some of those. And yeah. I call it PETG calling it PETG is annoying because every time you search Google for pet filament, you get 90% pet and dog. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being a thing. Oh man. What a mess. Why did I do this? Why did I do it this way? Why did I do this way? Why did I do this way? Why did I print a skirt? Why did I print a brim? Why did I print an outside brim? Oh well. Oh well. So, where did we leave off on this? We have, hi, if you don't know what's going on today, welcome to the show. We are carrying on with the stealth changer build because we got to get this done. We got to get the stealth changer done. The goal today is to get everything ready for firmware. That is the goal. The goal today is to have the printer ready to do firmware shenanigans. And the last thing we have to do is cable manage, install the PCB that goes in the back of it. Did I just drop? What was that? Was that a marker? Anyways, install a bunch of stuff, get it ready for that. And then that will be, we'll be ready to do firmware shenanigans. So we have to figure out the final home for this stuff. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go off what the frame size is for a 300. Because if the top hat of a V2 stealth, or of a stealth changer is enough clearance, then what we need to do is essentially have, where did I put the top hat? There it is. If this goes here, and then this is the hypothetical top hat for the clearance, essentially, wherever this lines up with the top of this, which you can't see because it's out of frame. Maybe this will work. Nope, that will not work. Essentially, if this is the top hat sitting on top, this has to line up like this. Simple as that. So I went and measured on my 250, the top extrusion is 15.5 inches from the bottom extrusion. Okay, so if this is the top extrusion of a 250 framed Voron, it is about here. And if it's about there, the top hat works. So essentially, while this is a 400 millimeter printer, we are going to get 250 millimeters of Z, which is about what I kind of figured. We will play around. The joy is this whole thing is movable. I can adjust this. I can move this up and down. So for me, it's not a big deal if we're not exactly where it is, because we'll just play around with clearance until we're good, essentially. So I can raise it, I can lower it, I can play around with it to optimize our entire amount of playroom, essentially. But essentially, yeah, we are going to be sizing this for 250, I think. And then I printed all these little things. I don't know how exactly you're supposed to hook the cables onto the front, but I did print. Oh shoot, I gotta turn that on too. I keep forgetting when I go away on trips, I turn off everything. So when I come back out of the garage, the cameras are off, the TVs are off, the lights are all off, and it's like, oh yeah, what were we doing again? I gotta turn everything back on. Even the 350 Trident only gets 250Z. Well, that's a Trident. This is an R2. And it depends on the kit. Depends on the kit. I gotta start printing R2 parts. That's what I gotta start doing. I gotta get permission from Steve though to see if I can start building it on stream before the official release. And for those wondering when the exact day that Trident R2 will be live, it's going to be released summer. So that's when it'll be released. And I'm not repeating it. I hope you heard it the first time. Because I've repeated myself too many times, so we're not repeating it anymore. So I printed these. I don't know. Actually, I think this is supposed to go on the other side. Yeah, that's supposed to go there. So we're going to have to do a little bit of what I'm thinking is shrink wrap. Thinking what we do is put shrink wrap on this. And then also this got to fit through here. And I'm afraid of slicing myself. So these got to fit through. There's like a little sleeved hole here. And I don't know how you're supposed to like fit this through. Maybe I'm supposed to put like a little, grab it with something. I feel like I'm going to stab myself. Like, here's the thing. I can't give you a date because we don't have exact dates for any of this stuff. It's kind of like when it's done. Could be tomorrow. Could be a month from now. But I can't give you an exact date. The problem is the way the internet works, y'all want exact dates. So because y'all want exact dates and I can't give you exact dates, we're just kind of, you know, when people ask when's it going to be ready and I say soon, that's literally the only thing I can give you because it's going to be soon. It'll be soon. Hopefully sooner than later, but soon is the only real answer I can give you. Also, holy shit, the amount of people in today's video on the channel that are like incessant on like, yes, okay, what is with everyone wanting to print 300 degrees? Okay. Everyone wanting to do 300 degrees on their hot end. Okay. the reason I'm talking about this is the Bondtech index system. It's only rated up to 300 degrees for max temp. And it does that for a couple reasons. Namely, the, trying to find my square. That'll work. Namely, the IR probe, the infrared probe, the inductive heater, the way it's built, okay? Because of the way it is, it can only, reliably work, up to 300 degrees. That is the official reason, okay? The system as designed, I'm scribing marks here so I know where to mount this. So it's 15.5 inches and I'm scribing lines. And yes, I'm using a X-Acto knife to scribe lines, sue me. So anyways, that's all they can guarantee it. Can it go hotter? Probably. But the problem is, for those that don't know, temperature probes usually have a sweet spot, okay? Temperature probes have a sweet spot, okay? Your average probe on a 3D printer, once you get above 300 degrees Celsius, it starts to get inaccurate. So what that means is, while it might say 330, it might actually be 250. Or it might be 350, it might be 320, it might be 325, it might be 330. But the variance is between the probes differs, okay? And unfortunately, you can't just boil water and compare, right, with a 3D printer. So you spec probes for a use case so that when you're you're printing within the tolerance window. Okay, you're printing within the tolerance window. You don't want to be outside the tolerance window, because then you can't guarantee what you're printing and the temperatures you're printing are viable. Now, yes, you can easily get probes that are good for that, okay? But I do not know off the top of my head the specs of the infrared probe that Bondtech are using, and I don't know its tolerancing, and I don't know all the stuff that would be, can it go to 350? Is it reliable to 350? I don't know. I can't guarantee it though. And if I can't guarantee it, why would I try and, pull a fast one in marketing and claim it can do it? Okay. Also, I don't know about you. I kind of don't want to use a tool changer to print PPS and other materials that are rated for that temperature. Because if you're printing that stuff, you probably want a high temperature chamber, or at least a chamber that gets above 60. And the Bondtech tool head is rated for 60. Now, can it go higher? But it's rated for 60. And I think that's kind of what a lot of people are like. People want a yes or no answer. All my screwdrivers are downstairs. Shoot. I'll be back in a second. I got to run downstairs. I'm going to keep talking though. So, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be printing a ton of PPS and other high temp materials, I'm going to be printing it on a printer designed for that, okay? I'm not going to be printing it on my tool changer. My tool changer is for multi-material and multicolor. Now, yes, I do understand if you're printing with like a PPS and you want to use a different material that's cheaper for support material, that's where IDEX comes in, right? Somebody who I thought would know a little bit better left a comment on my video, my little short from the Phoenix, basically like, with tool changers coming out and all these multicolor systems with 16 colors, why are we building an IDEX? And it's like, bro, if you think the Voron Phoenix is meant to be a multicolor landfill generating printer, you're in the wrong hobby. You don't get it. The Phoenix is meant to be a large format printer for printing large things with support material that will be like post-processed or just need to be large. Ain't nobody printing flexi landfill crap on a Phoenix. Okay, I think I screwed up on this and my stuff ain't lining up, so I gotta play around here to make sure. Okay, there we go. Loosen that one. Loosen that one. And now we get to play the hopefully I don't break it and drop the whole thing game. Ooh. Any tips on a filament dryer? They're all pretty much the same. Okay. Oh, this is great. My scribe line I can't see because I don't have a light on me. Where's my scribe line? There it is. Okay. So yeah, like half the comments are like people arguing like, why don't you have multicolor 300-degree nozzles? And I'm like, it would require redesigning the entire system. And I guarantee you, the vast majority of people aren't printing PPS. Because it's funny talking to companies that sell printers and also sell filament, and there's only a couple of them, make of that what you will, that are like, yeah, 90% of what people are printing on their printers, like not just like sampling, 90% of printers don't print anything but PLA or PETG. So if you're coming out with a system and you want to sell it to the most amount of people, you're going to optimize it for the plastics the majority of people are printing. And guess what? The vast majority of people, if printers, eat nothing but PLA or PETG. So yes, PPS is cool. I print it occasionally. It's a fun material. It's great stuff. But, you know, if I'm printing enough of it to, you know, be worried about it, I'm going to print it on a printer that I have set up for it specifically. Okay. So that is 15.5, just under 6. And this is 15.5, just under 6. Perfect. That is level. Wow, I actually have this level. Holy shit. Okay, tighten this. Yeah, I'm the weirdo that prints nothing but glass-filled ASA and CF nylon. I mean, there's nothing wrong with printing that stuff. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. I mean, like, here's the thing. The index system is hardened CHT nozzles. So you can print glass-filled ABS. You can print glass-filled nylons. You can print glass-filled polycarbonates. You could print a lot of the very common materials we all print. It's just you're not going to be able to print like the super Gucci, you know, PPS stuff. And you probably want a printer that's more designed for higher temp to print that stuff than the index system. So it's like there's a reason we're rebuilding Toasty Boy if you didn't figure that out. So it's just really like the vast majority of the comments are just like people wanting Diamondbacks, which are great. Diamondbacks are like damn near unkillable unless you overcook them. Ask me how I know. But like so many questions, like this one guy I've been arguing with all day is like, but why? But why? And I'm like, I don't know. Go ask Bondtech. Their system is designed and rated for this. They would have to redesign the entire tool head just so you could print PPS on it, which is probably not a material you want to print on this anyways. Yeah, PPS CF needs a 90°C chamber to crystallize properly. Yeah, you need to print that shit hot in a hot chamber. The index is for like 95% of filaments. Actually, why do I have this open? I'm letting my filaments get wet. Don't get wet. Which filament is this? Is this the LDO blue? Is this the right one? LDO steel wave blue. Ooh, hopefully I have more of that. I gotta use this steel wave blue for the, do I have more of that steel wave blue? Please tell me that's not the only spool of it I have. Please tell me I have more steel wave blue. Or, that's LDO blue. That's also LDO blue. Seriously, that's the only thing of steel wave blue I have? I thought I had more of this stuff. Oh, maybe it's this box over here. Ah! Nope, that's gray. Shoot! I gotta go digging then. I gotta go digging. This is a very IKEA blue and I want to use it for the Trident R2. Oh wait, is this it? No, that ain't it. That is Buddy 3D PETG. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some ordering of filament. Okay. Who does not like an excuse for building? Yeah, I mean, we're all building new printers anyways. Just build another printer. But yeah, the index system is a good multicolor system for the vast majority of filaments. If you want something dedicated for high temp materials with support, build an IDEX. That's exactly what the IDEX system is best for. Or print like a Mad Max style printer, right? With just the two tool head tool changer. They are systems designed for taking advantage of the fact that they're relatively simple and you're printing one color or one material with a support material. Trying to reinstall Windows 11 for a second time? Go to Linux. I've been running Linux all year. It's great. Okay. So let's figure out what we need for cabling. So first things first, somebody told me a trick with this stuff is to put shrink wrap around the end so that you don't F up your stuff. I don't want to F up my the ends of this. So we're going to put some shrink wrap on it, and hopefully that will keep us from effing up, because you don't want to get this caught on stuff, essentially. We do not want this caught on stuff. There we go. Which Linux? I'm running CachyOS on my main desktop, and it has been pretty solid so far. Do I have a lighter out here? Shoot, I might not have my lighter out here. I gotta go get a lighter. I'll be back in a second. This is what I get for working on stuff downstairs. I bring stuff downstairs, and then I forget it downstairs. Where is it? Where is the lighter? Where is the lighter? Where is the lighter? There it is. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so put this here. Ooh, shrink that down. Don't want that to melt. Okay, and then put another piece over it because we don't want that to double up on the end. There we go. There we go. Slip on. Oh, that would have been a good idea, but now I'm going to have to snake it on the old-fashioned way. Shoot. Okay, well, let's get these off. So this actually, I've discovered the easy way to do this is if you hold it hold the metal with a piece of plier, or with a piece of pliers, with pliers, and then just kind of force it on. Once it's on, it actually moves pretty freely. It's just you need something to hold the spring steel. One. Switch to Fedora and 23. I haven't played with Fedora. I've played with a couple Linux distros, but I've been liking CachyOS as my main desktop environment now for a bit, and it's been pretty dang good. So I'm pretty happy with Cachy. Also, don't forget, every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. So link in the video description, enter for your chance, get that spool of Polymaker filament, because you know you want it. It's a free spool of filament. Why not? While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. If you are a channel supporter, you do get videos early, and the last ones have been doing pretty good on the channel, so I'm actually kind of happy. I spoke about it a bit on the Twitch stream. Well, that's the other thing. We're doing Twitch streams again. We're playing through Mass Effect. It is fun. I'm having a ton of fun playing through Mass Effect again. So we're doing that on Twitch when I have free time. Okay, so the idea is we're going to set up one of these, figure out our speeds and feeds and all the settings and everything, and then we will go from there on setting up the other ones. So hopefully this works. So what I'm going to do is this is going to go between in here. and then we will pinch that in here with some zip ties, and that shouldn't move. So, are you using a filament runout sensor inside the wristwatch? These are using the LDO. I think this does this have a filament runout in it? I can't remember if this has a filament runout. I don't think it does. I don't think we set up filament runout on this. I can't remember. I don't think we did. These are A4T tool heads with LDO orbiters on it. I think they're pretty stock, so I don't think I have filament runout on them. As of right now, I don't think I have any filament runout set up on this. I might do some external stuff because I'm going to be playing around with R2 stuff. I'm going to kind of use this to test some stuff that may make it to R2. If that makes sense. How's gaming on CachyOS? Fine. Any game that runs on Steam runs on CachyOS. I've had no problem. I don't play competitive games, so something like Fortnite is not a problem. Marathon doesn't run, if you're into that. I tried to play during like the open weekend. That didn't work. But like any normal game, any single player game, you shouldn't have issues. Everything seems to run pretty good. So I'm not too concerned about what games run good on it, because most of my games run good on it. So, Milady OS. I do run Arch. CachyOS is an Arch variant. I run Arch, Milady. So. Okay, that should be pretty tight. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. There we go. Okay, that's that. Okay, so now put this on here. It's gonna be. So this is TPU 95. If you're wondering what TPU I use, it's TPU 95. So it just kind of try not to bend stuff. There we go. How does... Oh, I put it on backwards. Son of a... Dang it. They're backwards. I realized I could put these on backwards. Shoot. Okay, 1 second. I gotta redo these. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Put it on backwards. Because there's... I goofed. Because you could put it on, so you have the big hole on the right and the small hole on the left, and I put it on with the big hole on the left and the small hole on the right. No runout sensor in current config, but there is an orbiter smart. Yeah, there is. I don't have it. What I will probably end up doing, I will just have an external runout sensor, just like a simple micro switch filament thing. That's probably how I'm going to do it. So we'll make it work. We'll make it work. There we go. I might print some more of these too, just so I have some extras. But for now, go with 4 each. Oh man, this is... Come on, snap on. There we go. There we go. I printed it with like solid walls too, so these are pretty rigid, but we kind of want it rigid. There we go. Okay, there's that one. Because then we got to cut this off and figure out how we have motion and how everything fits around here. What cable clip is that? These are just, I don't know. Somebody linked them last stream and I printed a bunch of them in TPU. But they have a little slot for these, for the flat wire. Where did I put it? The flat wire that the LDO kit comes with for keeping it from sagging. And then it comes with like a bigger hole and a smaller hole for clipping onto the Bowden tube and the cable guide, the wire guide. So. Okay, so just make sure you put them on the right way and try not to stab yourself when doing this. Because stabbing yourself would be bad. Fortunately, I can't zoom this camera out anymore to give you a better view, but there we go, one side. How many clips? Right now, I printed 16, so 4 each. I can always print more once we figure out, you know, how much I need. I mean, the more clips you have, the more supported it is, but also the more rigid it is, right? It's one of those, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of things. So it really depends on your setup, and we don't know how long these got to be yet. So I'm just kind of not quite YOLOing it, but I'm YOLOing it for now to just kind of figure out, you know, where and what we actually need to make this work. Because when you think about it, let me cut this thing here. Okay, so there needs to be enough slack in the system that when the tool is docked, it's good, but then it needs to come out and be able to reach everywhere. So see, this is too tight. This is too tight, okay? Because I can't reach to the front. So I need more that. So now we can, oh, see, and I can't reach to the front here. So I need more of that, more of that. So we need about that. So now, because it also, remember your Z, it rides on this, right? Your Z switch, okay, is literally your tool head bumping up and down, okay? So you don't want your Bowden tube being so tight that when you go to the front, it pulls it up and you get a misclick, right? You don't want any misinputs with this system, okay? So I think that's about where we gotta go. So, put you back there for now. So right about there, I think. And then when we're up high printing, it's gonna wanna do something like that. But I think that is good there. I think we're pretty good there. I might not need a top hat. We'll have to play around with this, because I think we're good for printing up to about here. As long as this doesn't hit, as long as that's the ultimate clearance. So right now, oh my God, how much Z do I have? This is impossible. I think I need more Z. Yeah, this is like 110 millimeters of Z. This ain't gonna work. We need more Z. I think I gotta raise it up. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go higher. Can we get much higher? So high. Because I don't know. Does anyone have a stealth changer? How do you measure your max height? Like, what is your max height? Is it based off the bottom of the carriages? What is the actual metric for measuring max height on a stealth changer? Because it's like LDO stealth changer. Oh, I can't spell. Because this is a 300 kit, and see, it mounts up at the top. Okay, and we have the short ones. Actually, yeah, I think these are the long ones. So actually, I might be able to bump up a little higher. I might be able to bump up a little higher. You just can't use the front portion? Okay. I mean, we could just play with it for now based off this, and if we can bump it up, we will. But I think this is pretty good, because this is how, this spacing right here, from here to here, this is the spacing on a 250, okay? So I think if we space it based on a 250, ensure it works. Max height is found behind the dock, not under it. Okay, so yeah, so if that case, like I can move the bed back, right? I have 330 of movement, I can move the bed back. So, like, yeah, we should be okay. Should be okay. Yeah, we should be okay. Yeah, that should be okay. Yeah. Okay, so that goes there. So let me zip tie this back on so we don't lose it. How did I cut this? I don't want to lose it. Yeah, you want it to arch. I know that. I do know that. Just trying to remember, because index is a lot easier to faff around with. After playing around with an index system over the weekend there, oh my god, index is so much nicer to work with for this kind of work. It is a lot more, it's a much less complicated. Okay, a lot less complicated. I need to get some new zap cutters. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to have to cut you now because this is, let me see. So if I put you through here, okay, that comes through there. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to make some more of these, I think. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to print a bunch more of these. Let's get the Prusa printer going. Prusa slicer. There we go. And then I have these end cap ones, but I think these end cap ones are meant for. I mean, I could do the ends. Yeah, we could use. No, the end cap is meant to be for the ones that. Let's do this. Okay. Remember all that. Sweet. Clip spring. There we go. Okay. Add instances. No. Set number of instances. Let's do 12 more. If we use them, we use them. If we don't, we don't. Stealth changer docks on gantry. Yeah. Yeah, for anyone who's like, oh, just dock it like you do, you know, index has the advantage. The index system, the docks are a lot more, it's all very light. It's all very light. So you have the advantage of you can put your docks on the gantry and have them ride up and down. Okay. Whereas on a stealth changer, because this is a lot of mass, you can't really do that. That shit won't fly with a stealth changer. So you kind of have to mount them up and then go up and down and pick them up and everything. Yeah. Print the moo. Wait, shit, where did I send this to? Wait, why did I send that Gould? What? Wait, no. Turn off Mamoo. Mamoo. Did I send this to Mamoo? Okay, continue. No. Stop. Let's not try and print that on a machine that isn't meant to print that. Send to Connect. This needs to print on Gourd. There you go. Go to Gould. Go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Continue. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So in that case, because it's going to be a pain in the butt to add extras to these after, let's go ahead and add 2 more to this, and then we'll fiddle from there. So that one, and we'll add that one. So we will have 6 per. There we go. There we go. Because we don't want to mess this up. We do not want to mess this up. I don't want to stab myself. I don't want to stab myself. That would hurt a lot. There we go. Okay. So if we can avoid doing the top hat, that would be nice, but I don't know how much Z we got here. That would be Stargate inspired. It is Stargate inspired. It's Gould. It's a gold Core 1, or it's a gold. It's Gould. It's a gold Mark IV. So it's gold. It's Gould. 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 You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop you off. You're going to go here, and then you will come down. There we go. That makes sense. Okay, and then you. Okay, and then you come to there. What's everyone up to this weekend? What's new and exciting this weekend? What's the hot ticket? What's the hot news this weekend? Happy Sunday for the future. Shit. Get your polymaker bets in now if you're from the future. How much you want to bet that homing failed? Yeah, nozzle cleaning failed. Because the nozzle is coated in goopy goop. Let me clean it. There we go. There we go, clean that off. There we go, retry. Oh man, trying to snap these on is kind of annoying. And I hope that means like the fact that it doesn't pop on so cleanly should mean that it's going to be pretty robust. Ah, come on. Ah. I'm getting like hand cramps doing this. Is there a trick to this? Like, should I have used more flexible TPU or less flexible TPU? I can't get it. Here, maybe if I use a tool. to split it, and then, oh, there you go. That's the trick. Okay, use like a blade or something to. There we go. Yeah, use like a spatula, put it in there, and then lift the one side up and just kind of slide it in. There we go. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Spoke too soon. There we go. Okay. So that is that. So now the fun part. Get this through here. There we go. And then there we go. And then with our top hat, I'm gonna have to cut the zip tie again. But with the top hat, so right now, 250 of Z is right here. Okay, so if we are here with the top hat, yeah, we're good. That's good. That's good. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. I can make that work. I can make that work. That works. That works. We're good. What's being installed? We're doing all the cable management for a stealth changer. So now the problem is I got to figure out how to ensure that every single one of these is exactly the same. So let me do this. So pull that one out. So that reaches the same as that. Okay. And now I can pull this one until that's the same as that. Okay. So let me lock this guy down. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Okay. So these two are done because what I did was it should all be nominal. So now these two are the same length, roughly, approximately. And then these Bowden tubes are approximately the same length. So that means when I set this one up, it should be the same. Hopefully. It's one of those streams. Still 100% the same. Close enough, potato, tomato. If we make the outer ones the Bible and set the inner ones to the outer ones, worst case, the inner ones have a little bit extra. Trump just got rushed out of a room in the White House shot. What? What the fuck? Okay, yeah, it's a correspondence dinner. Okay, well, that's an interesting evening. Correspondence Center, shooting in the lobby. Oh. The fact that he is doing the correspondence dinner after years of not attending And then apparently like he's giving like a speech and then running away basically right after before like anyone can rebuke it. It's kind of funny. But we're here to build printers, not yap about foreign politics. You gotta wait till I have a beer before that happens. Okay, gotta let this cool. It's not even on, like CNN doesn't even have it yet on their main page. Nah, whatever. Whatever. This season of America is really crappy. It's like a shitty repeat of 2 seasons ago. Just because it was posted. I mean, I'm looking at video of Secret Service rushing him off the stage right now on Twitter. So it did happen. It did happen. But we don't know exactly what happened, so no point in speculating. Y'all got to keep paying your taxes. Y'all got to keep paying your taxes. As much as it sucks, y'all got to keep paying your taxes. AP, yeah, Associated, if AP has it, it's probably legit. Yeah, it was somebody opening a bottle of wine. Okay, so let's do the next ones here. I know, I still got to do my taxes. Here in Canada, we have till the end of April. It sucks, but I like waiting till the very last minute. Because I get paid like, technically as a YouTuber, I get paid like monthly. So it's like I want to have the April paycheck roll in before I throw many piles of money to the government. Because I do taxes the way you're not supposed to do taxes. Because I'm self-employed. I basically go to the government when tax time comes and goes, I made this much money last year. And they go, give us this much. And I'm like, here you go. So essentially I pay my taxes once for the year. Are there other ways to do it? Yeah, but that requires I know exactly how much or roughly how much I make, and I don't have that good estimation abilities. So I just kind of YOLO it, lump sum it all at once. Yeah, bubble is slowly popping. Dude, I can't wait for that bubble to pop. I hope it pops comically. I'm hoping it pops comically. Okay. So now we put these on. Somebody is cutting their grass. Dude, it is 9 o'clock at night right now. Is the sun still out? It is dark outside. One of my neighbors is cutting their grass. It is dark outside. Do I have a hand kill neighbor? I didn't think so. I'd say I'm using more and more AI at work, and Claude thing is very good. I'm not saying it's bad. Like, here's the thing. Okay, who was around during the .com bubble? Who remembers the .com bubble? Okay, who here, put a 1 in chat if you remember the .com bubble. Okay. So if you don't know what the .com bubble was, back when the internet first started popping off, basically everything was going crazy with the internet. If you were a company and you made, you sold pet food, okay? And you became all of a sudden pets.com, because it was an internet company, you were guaranteed to make a shitload of money, okay? That's just kind of how it was back in the early days, okay? So everything was popping off in the early days of the internet bubble, okay? The .com bubble. Shit be popping, okay? And then everyone kind of realized, we had like Nortel and all these companies, and they were making money off of the backbone, right? Right? If you were the companies that made the servers, okay, you were the future. And then everyone kind of realized that's not where the money is in the internet, right? It was the sales, okay? So it wasn't, selling servers. It wasn't selling fiber optic cables. The internet was having a store on the internet. So everyone started doing online stores. And the thing was, there wasn't enough demand to actually justify the expenditure. And the technology wasn't quite there enough to justify it all. So what happened was people overhyped this new technology, spent way more money on it than was viable. So, more money was going in than was coming out, or vice versa, whatever. Like, people were spending more than it was making. And the market crashed because people were putting so much money into it. Well, there wasn't that much money to be made. You could only make so much money off of it at the time, and there wasn't enough to be made to justify the expenses. And that's kind of what's happening with AI right now. There is valuable tech and technology coming out of AI. From my understanding, the people that do coding are really loving it. It's not the greatest in the world. There's a lot of spaghetti code, and a lot of people are becoming coders overnight, relying on clankers to do the coding for them. And then when they send their coding off to actually get reviewed by somebody who knows what they're doing, they're like, what the hell is this spaghetti crap? I feel sorry for anyone who has to do work on code that was written nowadays in production 15 years from now, after nobody's seen it and it's not commented correctly and everything. That's gonna be a mess. But there is valuable stuff. There's valuable nuggets in the tech. So what's gonna happen is the bubble's gonna pop. A lot of people and companies are gonna lose their money, go bankrupt. A lot of people are gonna lose their retirement savings. Feel sorry for anyone who's planning to retire in the next 5 years. But the market will correct. The technology will live on. Actual practical use cases of the technology will survive, and we'll just keep on going. It's the same as the .com bubble. The internet didn't die with the .com bubble. It just everyone realized, holy shit, we're jumping into this too quick. There's not enough money to be had. Let's wait for this tech to mature a bit, the industry to develop, and then, hey, So the same thing will happen with AI. We're overspending on a technology that can't deliver yet. There's not enough revenue in the system yet to justify the expenditure, for one. And eventually at some point it will pop, the market will correct, and then we'll move on to the next bubble. So, but for now, it sucks because, a lot of people are getting data centers in their backyard and they don't want data centers in their backyard. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, it sucks. It's gonna suck for everyone who loses their job. I know, the audio's out of sync with that camera. It's only in sync with this camera because that mic is plugged directly in, whereas those go through the adapter and there's a bit of input lag. I would have to sync each camera, and it's annoying. And considering most of the time you don't see me talking in them, I don't care that much. So, yeah, the audio is pulled directly from this camera because this camera, the DJI mic receiver, plugs into this camera. So this camera is always perfectly synced. I don't have to do anything about it. Whereas the other cameras, because there's encoding and whatnot, it's slightly thing. Ordered an index. The Prusa one, did you use the referral code? Please tell me you use the Prusa referral code below. You don't have to, but it is nice if people do that because it does help support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help support the channel. I just want to see a picture of Trump running. No offense with the whole, you know, apparently a shooting going on. I just want to see a picture of Trump running. I've never seen that guy move in his life. I've never seen him on a bike. I've never seen him on a beach. I've never seen him do any sort of physical activity other than golf. I just want to see a picture of him running. What's the referral code? It's below. It's just the Prusa affiliate link. Okay, come on. Oh man, these are... I keep feeling like I'm gonna slice my finger open pulling these. Squeaky, squeaky, squeak. There we go. Okay, there's one. Two. It's like as you move these, they do loosen up a bit. It's just getting them started is a bit annoying. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ah, fingers. Something, something, bone spur, draft dodging. I guess there was, okay, it must not have been that serious if they're resuming the program. Like, was it a shooting or did somebody just pop some champagne and everyone freak out? Anyways, whatever. He thinks exercise depletes the body's finite energy and makes you die sooner. I've heard that, and considering he's still alive, considering how bad of a, you know, shape he actually is in, who knows, maybe there is something to that. I mean, I'll let you know, I don't really exercise too much like I used to, because after doing it for the government, you hate it. The government makes it suck. So I don't do it anymore. And that's sad to say, but it's true. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. Mr. Burns. Boo Earns. Were you saying boo? It's like, I was saying Boo Earns. Okay, so don't accidentally use that Bowden tube. Use this one. Okay. I can't remember. When it comes to TPU, is the higher the number, the more rigid or the softer? So if this is a 40A, this is a 40A versus like a 95D. I can never remember exactly with TPU. Is it like gauge, where bigger number means smaller, or bigger number, smaller numbers means bigger? I can't remember. Are we playing by golf rules here? More rigid. So bigger number, more rigid. Okay, that makes sense. Is 40A super floppy? Okay. Yeah, well that's what these are printed in 40A, but they're printed solid. Just like the company. They're printed like it's all walls. It's oops, all walls, no infill. So these are printed pretty solid. So. Shoot, is this? Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to go off the Bowden. Okay, maybe not trust the Bowden length. Yeah, I got a feeling these Bowden lengths aren't accurate. Yeah, I got a feeling the Bowden lengths aren't accurate. $60D is super hard, but both on different scales. Yeah, A and D are different scales, right? You guys enjoy the stream yesterday? The members, or not the member stream. I owe you guys a member stream. Did you guys enjoy the oh, I don't have, let me zip tie this in. I almost knocked that off. You guys enjoy the print showcase stream? I'm tempted to take those streams and edit them into videos. But that would require sifting through a 3-hour stream to edit, which is not fun. What did I print? Yeah, well, we do those every month. I've started doing them the last Friday of every month, just to try and break it up from just, you know, the only content being on these channels is building printers. So I've been trying to like switch out to do some other stuff. Okay, so that. So I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Just Cash Patel falling down drunk. Dude. Okay, let me see. I gotta loosen this because I gotta get you to go through there. There we go. Funny joke. Funny joke. There we go. Ow. I am destroying my fingers. Like the meat underneath your nail, trying to like pry these open and hold them open while I try to fit a Bowden tube through it is like it's not fun, man. Do it for the content. Do it for the content. Do it for the grind. Do it for the alcohol. There we go. There we go. There we go. 2 done. 2 done. You had a taco burger? Dude, I made homemade Philly cheesesteaks. So I just went, we were at the mall earlier, stopped at a grocery store. I just bought some cheap steaks, froze them, and put them on the mandolin, sliced them thin, fried them up, a little bit of cheese, and just got some big toasted buns. I like hot sauce on it, so I put some hot sauce and some fries. That was dinner today. And pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay, so now comes the problem. Because I only have 4 of these left and we are printing a bunch and I need more printed. So, I'm kind of SOL now. We're gonna have to wait. But while we wait, that gives us a chance to do everyone's favorite thing in the world, crimping and stripping wires. So that's what we're gonna do now. We are gonna do some crimping and stripping of wires because we know how much we need in terms of length. So we will crimp and strip some wires. Does that sound fun, kids? Yeah, Taylor, that sounds so much fun. I can't wait to watch you crimp and strip some wires. I'm gonna have a great time tonight. Yeah, exactly. You said it, Timmy. You said it, Timmy. Okay, this is probably a little sketchy. So let me see if I can cut these. Where is my actual shears? Do I have shears? I know I have some somewhere. Maybe these will actually cut it. Yep, that'll cut it. There we go. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby. Do I have a stone? I do. That stone's too big. I put a burr on here and now I don't want to close properly. Shoot. Try not to burr your tools up, kids. Is this a 4? Yeah, it's a 4 tool. Dang it. Oh well. Fix it later. Okay, spin this around. So we have 4 of these. We're printing a bunch more that we're gonna need. Spin this around and start the crimping and the stripping of the wires. We might not have to do any crimping or stripping. We might be able to make this work as is if there's enough room for these cables. We shall see. We shall see. So the idea is this box, this goes over this, okay? And then this mounts here. And then it's all magnets. Freaking love magnets. Get this lid off. Okay. So that goes there. And then these plug into this. So what I might do, I'm just gonna leave these long because I could just, there's room up here to just shove them. So we're just gonna skip the crimping and stripping and we're just gonna pin them because, yeah. So let me find the documents here. LDO, what's this called? LDO Nighthawk Hexa. Hexa. Because if we can save ourselves from having to do all kinds of pinning, this will be really nice. So we have 6 ports, and so 24, D minus, D plus, ground, ground, ground. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are all ground. What color are my wires? Shit. Why is there no picture that tells me the color of the wires? Well, I'm assuming red is voltage. Black is not voltage. White is not voltage. Oh, shit. Why didn't you color code these? Data plus, data minus. So I'm assuming I got a black and a red, which I'm assuming the ground is negative. What the fuck? Hex amount. Power cable wiring. I know that I need that. Also, we're gonna have to VHB this on too. We're gonna have to VHB this on, so let's do that actually right now. So this is gonna go right on here. I will have to print some filler pieces here because this is totally scuff. Can I lower this? I could lower this. I don't think I want to lower this. If I want to lower this, I have to cut this panel, and I'm worried if I cut this panel, I'll break something. So technically this bar and this bar should be on the same level, We are a little bit higher in the back, but I don't think that really becomes a problem. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I just have to figure out how to hide this void. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Okay, so you go here. Okay, you're a reference for there. And then you're going to go here. Wow, magnets just hold it. Okay, so I need to get some VHP on this. Okay. Let's get some VHP on the back of this. Here's my very high bond tape. Not a little bit of bond. I want my very high bond tape. We'll use this stuff. Okay, so let's wipe everything down with ISO. Make sure it's nice and clean. Where's my ISO? Over here. Did I print an ECAS panel for the PTFE? No, we're going to be YOLOing it. You'll see. You will see. Because I don't know how I'm running the tubes yet. We will figure it out. I'm cleaning the print good because there might be residue from whatchamacallit on the back. Vision miner. My dog ear it? Yeah, I could do that, but we're just gonna YOLO it because yeah. One of these days I'm gonna remember to bring my actual proper scissors back out here. How much time's left on that print? Oh, it's only at 40%. There we go. Wait, I have a knife. There we go. So this is 3M extreme mounting tape. I have VHP. I just like saving the VHP because it's narrower for stuff that I actually need it narrow for. Hello, y'all having bad luck with my Saval 02 nozzle down? I no idea. Heckin' high bond tape. Super duper sticky tape. There we go. One. There we go. Two. Okay. So, how we're going to do this is we're going to let the magnets line it up, and then we just kind of, so that go there, and that just go there. There we go. So there is enough room up here that I can just kind of stick it through like this, plug it in, and then we'll just let the extra live up here. So that way if we do need to move it, because I effed up, we can move it. It's not a big deal. But I do need to figure out how to pin these because I have the pins here, but it doesn't tell me where they are on the board. So I gotta find a Nighthawk 36, which is, I think these are Nighthawk 36s, yeah. So where is my pin colors for the cable? Okay, there we go. But what are the colors? Oh, here we go, right here. Okay. So 2, 3 at the bottom. So we got 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. So 3, so that would be the bottom. So just double check. So when that clicks in there, bottom is opposite the clip. And bottom is opposite the clip, which is 3, 2, 1, which is all grounds. Okay. And then that's 6. That's 5. Why are your numbers? Oh, because it's plugs in. That's why. That's why these numbers are backwards, because this is the male side. That's the female side. So when you spin it around to plug it in, this 6 plugs in there. So for here, 6 is 24 volt. 6 here is 24 volt. Sweet. Yeah, cool. Bing, bang, boom. We're good. Okay. So let's do this. So 6 is red, which is this guy. Okay. So the fun thing is, I can't afford to F this up because I don't have a de-pinning tool for this. So don't F it up, Taylor. 5 is white. So that's the middle. And then 4 is brown. Okay. Always paranoid of doing this. And then black is 3. I mean, they're all ground, so I don't think it matters, but we will plug that in underneath the 24 volt because black and yellow or something, I don't know. There we go. Always paranoid. Is that good? Okay, make sure, give them a little tug. Nothing comes out. Good. Okay, so that's that one. Let's do another one. Let's see here. Both clogged and almost exploded. You're exploding your nozzles? How are you exploding your nozzles? You should not be exploding your nozzles. $280 for ABS is a lot. Yeah, like if your nozzle is like stuck hard to the point where 280 isn't pushing ABS through, you might want to get a new nozzle. This is one of the reasons I do kind of like V6 nozzles on a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like some of the fancy Gucci nozzles we got now, but like if you gum up a brass V6 nozzle, you just chuck it in the bin and grab a new one. It's not that big of a deal. When you gum up a fancy, you know, a Gucci fancy, you know, hardened nozzle, a Diamondback, or, you know, something proprietary, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks when you F that up. So there's something to be said about cheap nozzles. But yeah, usually if a nozzle's gummed up that bad, what were you printing to gum up a nozzle that bad? Like, were you printing good quality filament? Were you printing something too cold? How did you? What's the boggle? There we go. Shit, is that clicked? There we go. Okay, that one's good. ABS. I mean, what color, what brand ABS? What brand ABS? Because, like, the only time I've ever had a nozzle, like, get hard stuck is usually when there's FOD in it. Just wondering how you would get a flat part off a cool down glass bed. Speed. How big is the part? What is it printed out of? And is it just a plain glass bed? And is there any helper on it? If it is a pure clean glass bed and it's PET-G, miracles, you got to go to church for miracles, man. Put it in the freezer. Yeah, put it in the freezer. You might luck out. You might luck out if you put it in the freezer. Yeah, maybe. If it's PET-G on clean glass, again, miracles are a place you go to church for. You might luck out if you put it in the freezer, but it will chunk it. You will take chunks out of the glass, and be extremely careful because that shit is sharp. I've taken chunks out of a mirror before printing PET-G. A trick is you could spray Windex on the glass before, or even Vision Miner. When you're printing PET-G, you want something to act like a release agent. Well, not quite a release agent. You want a chemical between the PET-G and the glass. Like, same with even PI. Printing PET-G on clean, flat PI is asking for trouble without something in between. Vision Miner is nice. I like Vision Miner. Where's my thing of Vision Miner? I don't know where I put it. Here it is. I put this shit on everything because, one, it makes stuff stick to beds really good, and two, it makes stuff let go of beds after you're done printing. Get some Vision Miner. Link in the description. Affiliate link. It's good shit. I put that shit on everything. Except food. Don't put it on food. Food would be bad. Hope I'm doing this right, because if I'm doing this wrong, we're going to have a lot of sparks when I power this bitch up. Turns tool changer into a gigabyte power supply. Heyo! And they're resuming the dinner. Okay, I guess it must not have been that serious if after that the show must go on. He wants his Reagan moment. That's what he wants. Remember? I mean, I was way too young to remember it. But after, like, Reagan got shot at, like, a dinner he went to, a balloon popped. And he did, like, the most I don't like Reagan, but, like, Reagan had, like, the most aura farming moment ever, because he had been, like, there was an attempted assassination, and then, like, a couple months later, he's at, like, some talk, and a balloon pops, and he just looks up and he goes, "Missed me," and keeps going with the talk. I think that's why he's wanting the dinner to go. He wants his Reagan moment. The problem is he can't aura farm, so it don't work. If you haven't seen the clip, look it up. It is like, damn. Damn. Okay, I think we're good. Your ear thing. Yeah, the ear thing that miraculously healed up without a single putting it on. Watch the video from tonight. Watch how quickly the Secret Service got his butt out of there. And then watch the other attempt when he stood up and did the fist thing. Yeah, no. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on for a reason. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. When there's something like that, the Secret Service gets your butt out of there. For a reason. Okay, so those are still printing. We can put these in. I'm a little worried because I have some really sharp metal here. So let me put some end pieces on this because I don't want to strip that. How much money the stealth changer is? You can buy an LDO kit, link below if you are interested, and check it out for yourself if you are interested. But you also need to put it on a printer, so you kind of need a printer first. Ooh, no, don't catch fire. Don't catch fire. Wait, stealth changer on a Saval Zero? You could. It'd be. I don't think a Saval Zero would be smart to do it because you're putting a lot of. It's not that big of a printer, so you're not gonna be able to do a lot of big stuff on it, which you kind of want to do. Like you want to take advantage of the system to get the most out of it, but you could do it. I mean, let me. You know what? Let me. Totally leaking some shit from the Voron Discord, but let me see if I can find it. Somebody shared, was it in hobbies? Where was it? I hate when I share something or somebody shares something on a Discord and you can't remember where it is. It's like, what channel was it in again? Was it in, no, not that channel. This, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a thing to worry about, but that's a Micron with an index system on it. It's very similar to the V2 or the, look how clean that is though. God damn, it's so clean. I love the index. Now that like seeing index systems, like people starting to, because the CAD is available. If you want to start playing around with putting index on stuff, you can download the CAD and start messing around with fitment and whatnot. It is such a clean setup. It is such a clean setup. I love it. Ooh, fire on the printer. There we go. Okay, so now, I don't think it matters which ones I plug it into, because it's USB, right? So let's just do the middle four. Let's just do the middle four. I don't think it matters, it's USB. So you go there. Okay. And then you go there. Come on. Why don't you get in your hole? There you go. There you go. Lock. There we go. And then you go in here. And then you go in here. And then all that just kind of there we go. You don't see it, it's behind the printer. I will cable manage it all better later. It's just for now, it's just kind of like it wouldn't be that hard. Just we got to get some zip ties, but I still got to finish doing up the other end, which I can't do until those prints are done. So I need to wait for those prints to done. And then for the filament, I'm just gonna have it all probably run to one side. I'll just have 4 spool holders on one side of the printer, and that will feed it. Why does this shit always have to happen while I'm live on a stream? Because now I just want to like be a drama gremlin and keep watching updates, but whatever. And then that's that. This will cover that. We are going to have to run. I want this to be done so I can flip it on its side so that we can do the wire up, because I have to run a USB cable. Which, is it a USB or micro? Yeah, I gotta run a USB cable. I can't remember if it's USB-C. Yeah, it's a USB-C cable. So I have to run a USB-C cable underneath the printer to the Pi, and then I also have to run a 24-volt cable underneath to the power supply. So we have to run these two too. So let's get these ready then. So let's get these ready with the heat shrink. Get that all set up. While we wait for that to finish. 77%. The urge to monitor. I am monitoring the situation. The situation is being monitored. Okay. We're gonna need more of that, so I'll just put that there for now. I want CC take on Stealth Changer and Index. Centauri Carbon. So here's the thing. If you want to do tool changing on a system where the gantry is fixed, Index is so much easier. Index is so much easier on a fixed gantry because Index just comes in and grabs the tool. So you just need to worry about docking and undocking in the Y. With a Stealth Changer, you got to pick them up and slop it on. So you got to pick it up and put it on. So there is a bit more involved with a stealth changing setup. And Stealth Changer works better on systems with a moving Z, or with the gantry flying. He's holding a press. I thought he said he wanted to frickin' keep the show going. Well, they got the guy. He's got a shiny blanket on him and not much else, so I can't show you that. I mean, they probably stripped him down immediately to make sure he didn't have anything on him. That's usually SOP for this kind of thing. Do the whole hold your shirt up and spin in a circle thing. If you know, you know. Dock mod for Stealth Changer. Yep, I did a video on it at Smurf. Somebody had a pretty cool mod system, and I covered it at Smurf in one of my videos. There's that one. The cone dragon burner is already compatible with V0 and bamboo hot end. Nice. The bamboo hot end is actually a pretty nice hot end. Not gonna lie, it's actually a pretty dang cost-effective hot end because it comes with the hardened nozzle and everything. So it's actually, you know, one of the nicest things that I like out of the whole bamboo lineup is their hot end. But which one? They have like 8 now. That part got annoying quick. Imagine you own all the bamboo printers. And it's like, I have to keep 5 different hot ends in stock, just in case I lose a hot end on a single one of my printers, because they're all different hot ends. Okay, so now we gotta wait until that print is done. We got 18%. I don't want to cut these tubes yet until I figure out where everything's gotta go. But we can put this in. You know what? We'll put this in while we wait. I'm assuming my lttstore.com screwdriver. Oh, it's right out here. Good. They wouldn't standardize? Why would they? They make more money when they sell you 20 different versions of the same thing. Why do you think they haven't come out with a tool changer yet? They make money off of all the filament they sell. Why do you think their printers complain when the RFID thing doesn't read bamboo filament? It goes, oh, your printer might not print with best quality unless you use bamboo filament. By the way, our multicolor system wastes a ton of filament, so keep buying our filament. Tinfoil hat. Tinfoil hat. Okay. I'm not going to bother plugging this in yet, just because it's going to be a mess. Wait for this to finish, then we'll flip it. Put some of these on at least. Okay, so if that one has the black in the middle, so if we're doing that, let's do it this way. So this time we have the Bowden tubes with, yeah, we want the big cables going towards the middle on this one. So this side is the opposite of the other side. So we're doing a flippy floppy here. H2C is a hot mess. I believe so. H2C honestly does not feel like it was fully thought out. Also, I found out a fun thing about bamboos, the new H2C. They put security chips in everything. So say you buy the H2C and you want to replace the HEPA filter on the back, because it has a fan in it, right? So say you want to use that for something else, like, you know, some aftermarket HEPA filter add-on, or you want to turn it into like a chamber heater and reuse the fan, or hey, the fan just died and you want to go on Amazon and buy a new fan. Nope, there's a security chip in it now. So it basically does a handshake security thing, and if you're not using official bamboo hardware like an Apple, it won't work, even if the pins and everything are the same. Found that out. Very Apple-y, I know. I'm like, wow. It's like you can't make your product be so good it stands on its own. You gotta purposely do shit like that. Come on, go through. So, come on, there we go. Plus, it looks janky. The H2C with everything on it, it looks like a mess. The H2 or the X1 was such a clean setup. Like, you could not argue that the X1 with an AMS on top of it, super clean setup. And now it's just like everything on it now. It's just kind of a mess now. Go this way. Just connectors and adapters and it's losing its cleanliness. H2D is a mess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're selling half the posts on the bamboo subreddit are people just going, look at the bamboo I just bought. And then other people, literally, I think like 80% of the bamboo subreddit is look at the picture of the box that just showed up, and or the picture of my receipt to see how much money I spent on a printer. And then immediately the next post is, why is my print warping off the bed? That is the bamboo subreddit in a nutshell. At least it is every time I look at it. Is that a 350 Voron? No, this is an oddball size. It's technically a 330. It's a 330 by like 330 by 400, but we're building a tool changer in it, so I don't have to use a top hat, so I can still fit it on the shelf, because this printer might end up living on the underneath here. How tall is this printer? Is that in a bit? Yeah, so this printer is actually probably going to live under here. I'm going to probably get rid of the VZBot just because I'm not using it. I'll move it somewhere else. This will probably live under there. This is going to probably stay here. And then or this might go under there or something, because I need somewhere to put the index system. The trident with the index, I want it to be out here. I might actually move the Pantheon for it. I might blow my back out doing that, but we'll see. How much we got left? 10%. Okay, almost done. Almost done. I gotta wait for these little things to finish before I can put this on. So we gotta wait. Gotta wait. While we're waiting, hey, do you want to win a spool of filament from Polymaker? Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. While you're down there, don't forget to like the smash button, ring the bell, subscribe if you're not subscribed. And then also, if you haven't yet, we have quite a few videos have come out on the channel over the last little bit, and they're actually doing pretty good for how videos do on my channel. So if you want to know about the Voron Trident R2 or the index system, this video just came out today. And look at it, it's popping off. It is popping off. 14,000 views in a day. Damn. So that is doing pretty good. What is this? I am disappointed that the Trident is 6mm belts. In this day and age, I do 8 or 12 millimeters. And then I replied to that person going, 6mm is fine. But I swear I saw a huge difference going from 6mm. Not really. 9mm belts on a 250 printer isn't worth it. You may be thinking belts with a 1.5mm pitch. I don't think a Voron Trident with 9mm belts or 12mm belts prints any better than 6. You would have to redesign the entire printer too. You would have to redesign the entire printer, because the reason Vorons use 6mm belts is because 2 6mm belts stack within a 2020 extrusion cleanly. So we can have really nice belt routing and shit. Like, there's a reason that the Chubby, the Soval Trident over, or the Seaboard Trident over here is all CNC'd and is like completely not to spec. Like 6mm belts on the XY of a 250mm printer, even a 300 is fine. At about 350, I think it starts to kind of make sense to go to larger belts. But now that we could do double shear on a 350 Trident, or double shear even with a mod on a V2, do you really need it? Oh, yeah, law enforcement has requested we leave the premises consistent with protocol. We're doing a press conference. Of course he's going to do a press conference. He's got to get that in front of the camera. Stock Trident isn't targeted at 9mm. Yeah, stock Trident isn't targeted at, yeah. It is so funny, like, talking to companies that sell printers and also sell plastic. There's a couple of them out there. And it's like, what do people buy? And they're like, 90% of printers eat nothing but PLA and PETG at stock profile speeds. It is like, yes, there are people that want hot ends that do 350 on everything. Yeah, there are people that want their printers doing, you know, meter a second travels. They are a very loud, but an extremely small minority of people. It is not as big of a market as you know, you would think. Because the ones that do want it are extremely loud. But the majority of people are like, yeah, I'm fine printing PLA and PETG on my printer. So. Was anyone injured? That's the only thing I want to know tonight. I hope nobody was injured tonight. That's the only thing I'm kind of... How did somebody get in the building? That's what I'm curious about. Like, that, how did somebody even get in there? I'm just hoping nobody got hurt. I'm just hoping nobody got hurt. I don't care if the gunman got hurt. F him. You know, FO or whatever. FAFO, but still, I just hope nobody got hurt. Did something happen? Tonight was supposed to be the correspondence dinner at the White House, and somebody went in there with a gun. Turn on the news, any channel, it doesn't matter. But I don't think anyone got hurt except for the person doing it, which is good. %98. We're almost done. We're almost done. Almost done. This will be the first time we can actually get a pretty clean look at this printer too, once we finish this up. Because the goal is, I want this ready for firmware shenanigans on Tuesday. Maybe not Tuesday, but the next thing we do with this is going to be firmware shenanigans. So, we need to finish this up. Yeah, watching them rush Trump out of the dinner right now. Yes, we're talking about it. It's world news. Watching them try and rush Trump out, him fall. See how they're like, there's always somebody in front of him blocking everything. Notice how they did any of that during the summer 2 summers ago when he was out on the field and somebody shot at him. Tinfoil hat. Okay, so we're done. We got all these. Should I grab a bunch of TPU prints right off the bed? Probably not, but I did. Okay. Tinfoil hat. Tinfoil hat. I have to cut like a little piece here just because it in the design it's supposed to be not, it's just so close that it seals, so I just do a little cut here just to clean it up. Here, the tag team. Dude, I swear, the most ore farming, like, the 1980s Secret Service dudes that had, like, the Uzis, that was a fit. That was a fit. Mic here. Oh. Freaking autoplay. It's autoplaying with the mic engaged or the speakers on. I'm like, I can hear somebody talking. It's a lot of food going to waste. It's McDonald's. Who cares? Okay, let's continue. Let's put this on. So we'll put these on, and then we can finish wiring this guy up. Am I doing this the right way? Yes, because I spun this around. Yes, okay. Where's my pliers? Where are my good pliers for this? There you go. During the ear incident, you never hear the massive crane turn on to move the flag. Yeah, it's there. I'm not a conspiracy theory person. I think I think a lot of things just have a relatively simple explanation. But that just, ooh, something seems off about that. But that's not this kind of channel. We already have one 3D printing YouTuber that's going down the rabbit hole of that kind of stuff. We don't need another one. Did I put this on the right way? I put this on the wrong way. Damn it. Gotta flip it around. Okay, I printed these with the exact same settings as the last one, and everything's going on a lot smoother. So, did I change settings? I don't think I changed settings. Just put on the tinfoil hat. I keep the tinfoil hat here. You want to know why I put the tinfoil hat on when I do that? Because I am acknowledging what I'm talking about when I wear the tinfoil hat is tinfoil hat shit. Like, as long as you are aware what you're saying is, like, supposed to not make sense or is tinfoil hatty, you're okay to wear the tinfoil hat. It's when you wear the tinfoil hat and you think it's protecting you, that's when the problems start. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, as long as you're using it in a self-deprecating way, or you're acknowledging what you are saying is tinfoil hat shit. Like the whole Bamboo purposely doesn't make a tool changer because they want people using the AMS system because it wastes so much filament that they make more money off selling filament. That is tinfoil hat shit. Because there's no way to prove it unless Bamboo were to come out and say it, which I highly doubt. So it is tinfoil hat shit. Did I bend this? I bent this. Okay. They improve reception at 700 megahertz. Oh, funny. Funny, funny, funny. I'm not Hedy Lamarr discovering Bluetooth. And if you don't know the story behind that, look it up. Is it Hedy Lamarr? It's Hedy Lamarr, right? Is it Hedy Lamarr? Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr. Yeah, Hedy Lamarr. I'm pretty sure it was Hedy Lamarr. Yeah. So, actress. You might know her from the joke from Blazing Saddles. Okay, but this is also a thing. At the beginning of World War II, along with composer George Antheil, Lamarr co-invented radio guidance systems for Allied torpedo using spread spectrum frequency hopping to defeat the threat of radio jamming by the Axis powers. This approach, conceptualized as secret communication systems, provides secure jam-resistant communications from spreading across multiple frequencies. Similar technology was used in operational systems only beginning in 1962, which after World War II, they had a patent on it. I think this also led to like the invention of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So yes, that Hedy Lamarr. You would be surprised. Bamboo runs Clipper. They don't. That we can confirm. That we can confirm, because I know somebody who managed to actually hack an early version of their firmware, and there is no Clipper in there. Just a lot of spaghetti code and stuff that was commented out because they knew it would cause heat by like... Apparently the original Bamboo firmware had a lot of code in there for preventing people from using non-approved filaments. Like you had to use the RFID system, and that was uncommented out at the last minute, apparently. But tinfoil hat shit. Okay, so let's go back to this. Yeah, Gloop is awesome. Gloop is awesome, but I do understand how it's kind of hard to get in some countries. It has to do with it's made in the US and the way it's shipped. It's a chemical, and shipping chemicals like that is always kind of a pain in the butt, apparently, from my understanding. So I kind of get it. It sucks, but I kind of get it. But yeah, I mean, I'm in Canada, so I pretty much get this stuff when I go to visit them, or when I go to the States. That's when I get my Gloop. That's when I get my stuff. I stock up when I visit. Get in your hole. There we go. Okay, so now This is fun. This is fun. Now I know why everyone's build series on stealth changers are like 20. My R2 to Trident, or my Trident R2 build for Index. And so Steve's like, oh, the printers that he had like a spool holder on the side. And he's like, just take one of the spool holders, take the stuff off and use the 1515 extrusion for your Trident, just cut it down. And so he gave me that. That had no problem making it through airport security as a carry-on. But they took my hot sauce. I had a 5-ounce bottle of hot sauce from Pepper King or whatever, the guy in the Discord who makes the hot sauce. And freaking government took my hot sauce. I was not happy. Can't have shit in Denver. Government taking my hot sauce. Ah, shoot, come on. There we go. And last one. And that was the Pueblo Red, which I like too. So there we go. So that's that one. That one's done. Trim this little bit off at the back. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Now we do the last one. Pex peppers, that's what it was. I was gonna call it Pez peppers. I think I was speaking to Liz too much over the weekend. So I'm gonna call it Pez peppers, Pex peppers. Yeah, they make good hot sauce, but unfortunately TSA don't like it. I thought 5 ounces was the limit. It's apparently not. It's like 2.7 or something, which is stupid. Agent just want it. TSA is stupid. I mean, to be fair, it's one of those things like if they knew that it was there and they let it through and it turns out it's an audit, they can lose their job, right? It's like, I don't fault the employees for following the rules. Like, it is the law, right? It is the law. I'm not going to fault an employee for doing his job, right? But the system is dumb. The system is dumb. So I won't fault an employee for doing their job. They're just doing their job. But I will say the system is stupid. Go. Don't take your shoes off. Yeah, I know, it's nice. Not having to take your shoes off is so nice. Like, Detroit got the 3D scanners a couple years ago. So flying out of Detroit, I rarely had to take my shoes off. But yeah, it was annoying going to airports where it's like, go take your shoes off. It's like, what the heck is this shit? All because one guy tried to blow up his plane with a crappy shoe bomb, like, what, 2003? And since then, we all have to take our shoes off. Like, guys, come on. Gotta be a better way of doing this. What was my take on cartographer versus beacon? They both basically do the same thing, but beacon seems to be a little bit more reliable and less glitchy. If cartographer works, if you get a cartographer and it works just fine, it works, no problems. But it's when it gets kind of funky, and it's like, I don't know, I've had systems with both, and when they both work, and you can't tell the difference. But I've had more funkiness with cartographers. So, do you play with the laminar flow fountain? It's my good luck charm. Every time I go through Detroit Airport, I use the laminar flow fountain. This was coming back. Every time I go through Detroit Airport, this is my good luck charm. If I'm flying out and the laminar flow fountain is working, I consider that a good omen. So, I have a V4, I haven't used it yet. So I have a V4 Carto, and I haven't used it yet, so. Also, Denver is dry AF. There is like no, you could see snow in the mountains. They do not have anywhere near enough snow in the mountains right now. They are gonna have a lot of fires this year. This is gonna be bad. Got the accelerometer? Yeah. Oh yeah, accelerometers on stuff are good. Put accelerometers on everything, it's great. There we go. The more accelerometers, the better. Winter wasn't that winter. I heard that. It's like, somebody was saying it's like 17% snowpack, I read. Or somebody told me or something. And somebody local's like, yeah, we only had like 17% snowpack this year. And I'm like, that's not good. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fires. I'm like, yep. Also, holy shit. Like, so if anyone else was at Rocky Mountain, okay? And you were at the hotel that was right across from the venue. They have a lot of big halls in there, like ballrooms. I am not rich. I don't consider myself rich at all. I know I'm not rich. I consider myself doing okay. Okay? I'm young. I don't make a lot of money, but I got my mortgage paid. I'm in a good position, but I'm not rich. I know I'm not rich, right? I'm a we can eat out once a week type person. Okay? One trip every other year kind of person. Okay? Okay. They had an outdoors group, a hunting group, a lodge group. I can't remember exactly what they were called. They were renting a hall at the hotel to raise money for like, it's like a, what are they, stags? What are the bighorn? It was a bighorn group, that's what it was. Bighorn, a bighorn hunters association. They had the entire largest room at the hotel booked, and they were doing auctions. Auctions for like a 10-day hunting trip for ibex in Tajikistan. That kind of stuff. I went in that room the one night, just like we came back from dinner, and it's like, I'm a little drunk. I'm gonna go wander around. I'm gonna wander in here. I'm not wearing a cowboy hat. Everyone else in the room is wearing a cowboy hat. I do not belong. I'm gonna walk around. They had marble carvings of animals in there, okay? Marble carvings of animals that you could just buy. They had a moose. It's about as big as my table. It costs more than my house. Just for sale. I never felt poor in my life until I walked into that room. I am not, this is not my people. I do not belong here. This is an old money group. There are no streamers here. There are no Bitcoin kids here. This is old money. This is family ranch. We own a mountain money. And I was like, oh, I do not belong here. Let me see here. Yeah, it was, I did not belong in this room. It was weird. It was weird. Oh, yeah. Like, these were all carved animals, like this isn't it. These are only like 10 grand each. Like, they had a whale, they had a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, they're wearing suits with cowboy hats. Also, Instagram's video thing is horrible. Pan around and show the room. Yeah, like that was like 100 grand. They had like, there's the moose. That moose was 162,000 US. Yeah, I did not belong in that room at all. It was cool though. Not gonna lie, it was cool. But yeah, I did not belong in that room at all. Okay, so let's get this through here. Oh shoot, come on. There we go. So yeah, if you ever want to feel like you don't belong, walk into a room like that. 100,000 for public art. Yeah, but like, my house was half that, or double that. Now, granted, that was double that back when the economy sucked, but still. Did I watch the Starship? Yeah, I watched that 24-minute documentary on the Starship. That was cool. I can't wait for V3 to fly. I cannot wait for V3 Starship to fly. I hope it don't go boom. So you gotta go over here. Trying to line these up so that we're kind of similar to what we already have. So you go right about there. You go right about there. You're good there. You go down here. You gotta be careful moving this because you can bend these, and I don't want to bend them. If you bend them, I got a feeling they won't work as good. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I gotta put the pt2. Gotta get the pt2. Get the pt2 in. I forgot to cut this one. Shoot. Forgot to open this one up. There we go. What tax bracket? If you're at the tax bracket where you could actually do tricks to not pay taxes, that's the tax bracket. If your tax bracket is, I don't actually make money, I have assets that I use to convert to things and I don't actually have cash, that's a tax bracket. That you lose so much volume. I mean, you're fitting 4 tool heads into a printer or more. It is what it is. That's why we're using this printer to build it, because this printer is oversized. This is a 330 XY motion system on a 300 bed, and we've got all this extra Z. So this is why we're using this printer to make it, because this printer is my, this is Tall Boy. This is the printer we use for this kind of stuff. So there we go. Okay. So there we go. So now I got to trim this and put some protectors on that. Oh my God, that's so much cleaner looking. Isn't it nice when all the wires aren't going everywhere? Okay, let me tighten that down so I don't lose that. Tighten that down. Tighten that down. Okay, all the pugs are tight. No, come on, actually cut. No. There we go. Okay, grab this. Is this setup better than IDEX? Define better. It is more capable than Index, but it's a lot more complicated and not as easy to set up, with more downsides than Index. Like the fact that the Index system is as damn near close to a very good tool changing system without being a true tool changer. I mean, it technically is a tool changer, but it only has one independent tool. The tool head is single. It changes tools. Actually, it's like as close to an actual proper tool changer, because you're not changing tool heads. You're just changing the tool. There are downsides to the Index system, because basically you're limited to whatever, the stock tool head can heat up and cool down and all that jazz. So 300 degrees on the nozzle, infrared temperature probe, only nozzles that are compatible with the system. On this system, we have 4 mini chibi tubes. We have 4 tool heads that I could put any V6 compatible nozzle in, along with up to 500 degrees Celsius with 80 millimeters cubed of flow. At the downside of every tool head is a complete independent tool head that has all the costs associated with that. So yes and no. Hopefully I don't catch my printer on fire. I caught my printer on fire. Ooh. Fire. There we go. Okay, so now I got to figure out how to cable manage this, because we need to do some cable management. So we want that. I mean, I could just actually, 1 second here. So you just go like that. You just kind of go like this. You just kind of go like that. You just kind of go like that. So we have all this room for activities. And then that goes there. Sweet. There we go. So we have all this extra cable here if I need to move stuff around. We're good there. There is like a little inlet thingy here, but I don't know how I'm going to run these cables. And honestly, this is fine as is. I really don't care. So now we need to put you on so that we can give it some power. So we're just gonna go in here. There is supposed to be a thing that covers this that I haven't printed yet. I will print it later, but for now, this is good. So ground, you go there. And then this is 24 volts. Okay. Where's my insurance? Where'd my insurance go? Oh, here it is. Captain tape. Corner brackets with runout sensor. That's what I'm thinking. I might take the ones Steve was using and try and figure out how I could put some KW10 micro switches in it with like a basic filament runout sensor on it. Just so we have a little bit of insurance. Speaking of insurance, put Captain tape over that so we don't accidentally short ourselves. A little bit of protection. USB cable. Does this need another PSU? I hope not. I hope not. We'll find out. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Not that. There we go. What time are we at? We're at that. So heads up, whenever we finish wiring this up, we're going to do the giveaway. So that's all zip tied in. So we're good there. Are we good to flip this on its side? We are. Oh my God, don't drop it. There we go. So for a power supply, we have a UHP 248 in here, and we have an LDO. Yeah, we got power. We got power. We've got the touch. We've got the power. And we are gonna go right in through this hole right here. Why not? I'm going to shorten this wire because this wire is obscenely long. So if you haven't entered yet for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, do so now because we are going to be doing the draw at the end of stream, which will be whenever we finish wiring this up. In the meantime, let me sneak some stuff here. Let me just make sure that is good. Okay, that's good there. So I'm gonna leave a little bit extra there just so I can cable manage it a little bit better when we get to it. USB cable, come along and just plug into here. Is this a Pi 3? This is a Pi 3. I'm gonna have to update the Pi on here to a Pi 4. I have a Pi 4. We will swap it to a Pi 4, but right now I have a Pi 3, and that is, we need more. Pi 3 is not enough. We need Pi 4. I will be swapping the Pi out on this. I have a Pi 4, but it's downstairs. And then this is gonna go right here. So, I'll cut you. Oh my God, why are these cables so gosh darn heckity thick? These are thick cables. Oh my God. Shouldn't the Pi 3? It should on paper, but I have a Pi 4, and with this being a tool changer, I want to ensure I'm not maxing it out. Oh my God, these are freaking huge. Will these even fit in here? I don't even know if this will fit. Can I? Oh man, see this sucks. Oh, or I should have flipped the printer the other way. I gotta flip the printer the other way around. 1 second. I gotta flip this printer the other way around. Because that ain't gonna work. I gotta be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, 1 second. Okay. There we go. Go. There we go. Okay, so now I can actually see these power inlets. Oh my God. Ever use the pt2 Pi 2? Yep, I have it in the Venture XL. Will this fit? Oh my God, just barely. Okay. Oh my God. Well, let's see if this will even fit in here. Oh my God, these are huge. Oh, it does fit. Okay, we're good. Okay, well, put it in the right one. Let's put in the right one. Okay. That's negative. Jesus. What gauge is this wire? This is... What gauge is this wire? 12 gauge. This is 12 gauge wire. There we go. My printer's packing a 12 gauge. Hey. Hey-yo. If I can get that in the hole. There we go. Okay, so that's positive. There we go. Okay. So theoretically, I can power this bitch up now. Theoretically, I can power this bitch up now. Theoretically, I could power this up. And we are going to do that because I want to make sure that this actually powers up properly right now before I start a stream and go, hey, let's power this up and do some software, and it electrocutes itself right at the beginning of the stream. So I'd rather the stream fail now with time to fix it than go live and go, hey, nothing's working. So the Pi isn't going to draw power. So the Pi is not plugged in. because we got to replace the Pi, but all the power supplies are hooked up. So we should get lights, lights, lights. Okay. Printer off. That's plugged in. Contact. Clip it if it catches fire. If it catches fire, clip it. Oh shit. Bruh. Bruh. Got all our lights, all four are lit up. We got our tool heads lit up. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I'll take it. 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 Unplugged. Put the cover plate back on. I will take it. Okay, golf claps in chat. I gotta go run to the washroom. So I'm gonna put on a video for you guys to watch. I'll be back in a minute. And then we will do the giveaway and whatnot. We'll wrap up the stream and do the giveaway. If you haven't watched today's video, you can watch it now. I'll be back in a minute.
Here from Bondtech, and we're here with hopefully the final update on Index because it's almost here. A bunch has changed.
Yeah.
Not so much from the surface, but it's pretty much ready. So Olaf, what's new with Index? What are people waiting for? And when should we be seeing these on the market?
I'm announcing now that we're going to be announcing the dates pretty soon. So be ready for that announcement.
But like really soon, not like Voron soon or Valve soon.
Really soon, really soon. Like within a couple of weeks. What you're seeing here is basically the last prototype before production. It's going to look the same. It's going to be the same. It's just minor tweaks. Right now we're doing everything in SLS. But we have ordered injection molding tools for every component now.
And is that simply just a volume thing? You're not able to produce as much in-house with your SLS machines?
Yeah, that's the volume thing.
Okay.
And I mean, the parts are going to be even nicer, of course.
So we have two systems here. We got, both are Vorons. We have a Voron Trident. We got a Voron V0, and then over at the Prusa booth, which we'll go take a look at later, we have a Core 1 with the Index system. So what's the difference between these two setups, these two tool heads?
So this tool head is using 4010 blower fans, and this tool head uses CPAP part cooling.
Okay.
So the only difference is really the part cooling performance. The footprint is exactly the same. Your tool center to center distance will be exactly the same. And here we can see Steve's Trident. It's the next version of the Trident, right?
Yep, so this right here, this is a Trident R2. There'll be a separate video on the Trident R2, so if you want to know more about the Trident R2, link below. But essentially the Trident R2 is kind of designed with optional systems and mods in mind, and one of them being the Index. So we have this crossbar in the front here. This is a 250 Trident, and we got 6 tools on it. I do believe we can fit 7 if you squeeze them in there. It's a little tight, but it can do it.
And I mean, depending on part cooling, you can go all the way up to 8, I think.
And obviously, if you plan on putting this system on something like a Soval SV08 or any other kind of motion system, the amount of tools you can fit, how you mount them is going to be slightly different.
Yeah.
But again, for those that don't know, the Index system isn't just available on Prusa machines. The official commercial supporter of the machine or of the system for off-the-shelf machines is Prusa.
Yeah.
But you can just buy this system as a standalone system and put it on your machine, which obviously we have examples right here.
Can we do a quick shout out to double shear on AB mounts?
Oh yeah, the Trident R2 we have double shear on the AB motor mounts. So we got that in there. It's all nice and clean. So we have the two systems here. So it's been a while since we last had an update. What has kind of changed through the development process from like the original revisions to these final revisions? What things have you learned, or what has changed from those that may have seen like some of the early videos on the system?
I mean, all the tweaks that has happened since, I don't know, like last summer has mainly been reliability tweaks to get the maximum lifetime out of like the amount of tool changes and stuff. And also, of course, since December, we started developing the tool head board, and that's done now.
Yep, so we have some actual, we're so far along, we have packaging here. So you know it's almost at the end there when we have packaging. So this is the finalized tool head here with the tool head board.
Though it's going to be a different color for the production version.
Oh, so the PCB will be a different color,
Yeah.
okay.
Not a duet blue, but something else.
So we have a XT30 plus 2 plug. So is this CAN bus or USB or both?
Both.
Both. So,
but for Clipper, as of right now, it's going to be USB only.
Okay.
We're working on getting CAN 2.0 into the bootloader. We're not sure that it's going to fit, but we're working on it.
Okay, and that will be available for those that want to run CAN on Clipper,
yeah.
but also rep firmware, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that will be the tool head. So you'll need one of these, and then you can see in there we have our little inductive heater and IR probe. And then we have the finalized versions here of the tools themselves. So what can you tell me about these tools? What do we got for nozzles and flow rates and stuff like that?
Yeah, so this tool that we're looking at here is a 0.5 CHT tool. Goes up to 300 degrees. And flow rate, I mean, we have done upwards of 75 millimeters cubed. We can probably go a bit higher with a larger nozzle, but like your serviceable flat rate volumetric flow is going to be, say, 40 millimeters cubed.
Okay, so it can do bursts of higher, but safe to say plan for around 40.
Yeah.
Okay. And it is a CHT and it is a hardened nozzle, so it should be fine with abrasives, although if you do plan on running filled material, you're probably going to want to go with a larger nozzle size just for reliability reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. And
maybe leave a comment if you'd like to see Diamondback nozzles or something like that.
With this kind of system, you'll be able to mix and match nozzles as well.
Yeah.
So
you can run a bunch of different tools. I mean, you don't necessarily have to run a nozzle at all, right? You could run a pen.
Yeah, true, because the CAD for this mounting is available. So if you want to make a pen plotter add-on, you can easily do that. It'll just go in and grab it.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool there. So for the 4010s here, now these just clip on the side. So that one is CPAP. So if you want to run CPAP for a larger cooler, or for whatever reason you want to run a CPAP, that's available. But if you want to keep it kind of simple, you can just run dual 4010s for part cooling, as we have here on the B0. And I will say, I still think this is probably the smallest tool changer you can make that's actually practical. Because again, with a system like this, you're not really having to worry about purging.
No, just priming a little bit, and that's it. And it's so nice to travel with.
Oh yeah, this just fits right down in your luggage.
Yeah.
So, for those that pre-ordered the Founders Edition, do we know when those will be shipping to people, hopefully?
We will start shipping them very soon. Like, we're doing the final packaging as we speak, so...
Okay. Yeah, so when the show's over, you got to fly back to Sweden and start putting stuff in boxes.
Yeah.
And then for those that missed the pre-order for the Founders Edition, and you want to buy the finalized version of this with the injection molded parts and everything, that will be...
Yeah, soon.
By summer?
Yeah. I think we're gonna open up for pre-sales probably May.
Okay.
Start shipping maybe end of May or at least June. So.
Okay. And then down here we have, if you don't want to go the DIY route, because we do have the DIY option here. For those that don't want to go the DIY route, we have the Prusa Core 1 with the...
And you can see through this.
Yes, you can see through it. Okay.
And here you can also see their off-bed priming solution, which is really nice. Like, you don't have to use build space for white
Pop-Tarts. I could go for Pop-Tarts. Is the video almost over? I'll let it finish.
What is this little PCB that I'm seeing there?
That's your sensor for XY offset calibration.
So will that be available for those that want to use that on a non-Prusa printer? Do you know?
Not that we know of, but we should look into it.
Yeah.
How well does this fit? That's a little tight. What are you catching on? What is this catching on? Is it catching on anything? No, it's just tight.
I mean, you can do it with a camera, you can do it with a low cell, hopefully it's something like that.
There we go.
And this this is a 8-tool option. So if you do want to go the not DIY route and just buy an off the shelf, you can get a
What do we have
Firmware
loaded?
up
That's
to 8
gray.
tools.
We'll do that.
Probably the cleanest way of doing tool changing you'll probably ever see, or at least in the foreseeable future.
Mute my mic.
And again, it's a tool changer, so it's a proper, true multi-material system.
It is, yeah.
Yep.
That's the big benefit of it. Very low waste.
Clean. Awesome. Thank you, Olaf.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that's today's video. It's actually doing pretty good on the channel, so I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So we do have to print something. I do have to print. Where is the hexa? Where is the printed parts for this? The hexa base mount, this fanny pack. No, cable management, draft shift. What is this? Go away. Go away. I don't want to sign into GitHub. I need to print the wire duct. STLs. Fanny pack wire duct. Okay. Wire duct base. That's a lot. You know what? I'm just going to zip tie it to the back of this. F it. I don't care. I'm just going to zip tie it to the back. Good enough. So, this means Tuesday, on the Tuesday stream, if we do Tuesday, if not another day soon, we could start doing firmware shenanigans on this. So we got to do firmware shenanigans on this now. It is 10:45, and we do not have enough time to do that today. But we did power it up. We did power it up. It does power up. I have to also, we're going to have to swap the Pi out too. So I got to swap the Pi out. I got to find where I put my Pi 4, because right now it has a Pi 3 in it. We're going to swap to a Pi 4. So we do have to do all that still. So it's not quite done. We may end up moving this around a little bit, up and down, to give us a little bit more room, just to figure that out. But for now, I say that's a pretty clean setup. I mean, this is looking completely at the wrong spot, but that is our tool changer. We will have a little bit of a top hat on it. I got to reprint it, but we have this, which is a printed top hat. I'm going to reprint it in red. So we're going to have a top hat on top. So this should be the whole thing. This should be the whole thing. So we should be okay. Ooh, there's a spider living in that printer under there. There's a spider living under there. I saw it. IT by committee. I know, IT by committee Tuesday is going to be fun. Everyone has their own opinion on how to do firmware. If anyone knows of a really good guide for setting up the firmware on a stealth changer, can you link it in Discord so that I am not completely grasping at straws on Tuesday? That will be really nice. That would be very nice and appreciated. Because I know you guys love how much when I get lost in the sauce when it comes to esoterical. Esoterical has a guide for this. Awesome. We will consolidate, or we will consult the almighty esoterical to ensure that we do this correctly. I love how you can tell which one of these Z belts I had going around plastic, because it's so much longer than the rest. KTC Easy, I don't even know what that is. Also, did David pop into chat? Was that David I saw? Hi, David. Everyone say hi, David, if David's still here. Okay, I think we did pretty good progress today. It's looking pretty clean. It is looking like a tool changer. So fun fact, this bed is way oversized. This bed is way oversized. So what we will probably do on this is have a 300 bed. This is a bed from a Pantheon. Why not? We'll put a 300 bed on it. And then I can move the bed back a little bit, because right now the bed is very much centered in a 330 by 330 print volume, but it's a 12 inch bed. It's 300 by 300. So
I could move the bed back a bit so we have even more clearance to do more fun shenanigans. So, but the nice thing with this is I'm gonna have to get a piece of plexi to cover the top here, a separate piece to cover this, unless I print spacers and cover all that, and then the door will be its own thing. So it's gonna be a little bit interesting. It's gonna be interesting getting prints in and out of this. I kind of understand why a lot of the commercial printers are doing sideways, where they're rotated. So this is the front of the printer when the tool changes are over there. Have we done the blockers? Yeah, we got the little cups printed in here already. Those are already in here. As for purge, I'm just going to do prime towers. I'm just going to do prime towers for purge. I'm not going to deal with a poop bucket or anything like that on this. At least for now, we'll just prime with the silicone. I can't remember which ones we have. Let me cut the zip tie again for the millionth time. So we have, it's a little wiper. It's a little, oh, you can't see because my stupid camera is blocking it. It's the little silicone on a flexi thing. I have the tool heads are zip tied in so I don't lose them. Because when I pick the printer up and move it around, I don't want to accidentally drop a printer or drop a tool head. So everything's like zip tied in place so I don't lose it. Wasting a lot of zip ties on that though, but it is what it is. I do yourself a favor and look into the KTC Easy for configuration. Okay, link it on the Discord. Go on the Discord and link it in the live stream channel, and I'll take a look at it. The XL at work over primes. I mean, that's a setting you can adjust. That is a setting that you can adjust. Rogue Zeta, you're linking me help guides in the completely wrong different Discord. These boards should be pre-flashed too. These boards should be pre-flashed, I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're pre-flashed. I don't want to have to go through and flash every single one of these boards. I do believe LDO stuff comes pre-flashed nowadays with Clipper, so I don't have to faff around with that. And we will be doing the draw in 10 minutes. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you have 10 minutes. No magnets in. Oh, I have magnets. They're magnets. I got, there are 2 magnets at the bottom, 2 in the top, and then it wedges in the back. So there are magnets that engage with FET screws. Here, and then these. So there are magnets to lock it in place. Like it's in there, but if you like bump it, I mean, it's not so big of a deal now that we actually have this cable managed, but here, let me move that out of the way. Prior to having all this managed, I kept knocking these out, but you could see like they're locked in enough. Yeah, they're relatively stable. There we go. Do a little faffing around with adjustment, but for now, it's good enough. There's a braking change with Clipper. I may have to, well, hopefully it's fixed by Tuesday. I mean, we're gonna be building it from scratch. We're gonna do a whole chow setup and everything. I like the color. Yeah, this is, if you are curious as to what it is, everything that is on the motion system is pretty much original. I did have to reprint a few Z modules just because they broke. We noticed they were broken. Or I can't remember what it was, but all the Stealth Changer specific stuff is printed in Polymaker CF08 ASA. So if you want to get some Polymaker stuff, there is a link in the video description. I am going to actually have to put in an order here for some ASA. Polylight ASA. No, I want their ASA. Polylight ASA, not ABS. ASA. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Polymaker's ASA lately than their ABS. But we need to get some ASA.
Where's the ASA? ABS, ASA, ASA, because it's actually ASA. And we're gonna need some blue. I'm gonna need 2 kilograms of this stuff. They're out of yellow. No, they're out of yellow. No, I need yellow ASA. How am I supposed to do the IKEA Trident if I don't have a yellow? I need yellow for my IKEA Trident. Do I have yellow in my storage bins? Let me take a look in my storage bins. I might have yellow filament in my storage bins. That is not yellow. I will have to go taking a look downstairs if I have the yellow ABS or ASA. I cannot do an IKEA build without the ASA that is the yellow. Damn it. Yeah, they're out a lot. I mean, blame current global events, because that's probably why, fortunately. Plastic is made with oil and well, actually it's naphtha. I believe naphtha is used for the production of resin that is used for a lot of plastic production. But still, it's all coming from the same place, or a lot of it is, and unfortunately it's not getting out. So, it is what it is. Still made from oil. Yeah. Well, naphtha, but yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like liquid natural gas is used a lot too. Can't remember. It's one of those. Okay, we got 6 minutes left. What do we got for 6 minutes? What do we got for 6 minutes? What do we got for 6 minutes? Do I have yellow in this? No, I got a blue in that. Dang it, I could have sworn I had some yellow ASA. Are you gonna actually make me have to order filament off of Amazon? Am I gonna have to order filament off Amazon? Ew. Ew. I mean, I can order Prusament. I have enough points to get some free Prusament filament, but it's still gonna cost me $30 in shipping to get it here. So. Yeah, Index doesn't need a flying gantry. Index has the ability to grab and ungrab the tools on its own. So you don't need that. Let me find a video here of it doing it. So on the Index, this is a Trident R2. So I think it does a filament change here. Yeah, give it a second. Yeah, so watch. So for it goes, it unlocks, it docks the tool, then it goes over, it grabs the tool, and then it goes. It's heating up. And there you go. Easy peasy. I spent like the first day of the event, I spent like half the day just hanging out at the Bondtech booth answering questions about the Trident R2 because it's soon. Soon by Voron Design. Available on... 36 months. I know. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, actual soon. Like, put it this way. I have access to the Voron development folder. I could build a Trident R2 right now with the full manual. The thing is, it's like, there's still little tweaks being done here and there to files. Like the XY joints were updated like a day ago. So it's like, we're still doing that final push internally to make sure everything's good before it gets released. So it should be soon. Oh, who became a member? Cheers, appreciate it. Delicious. They give you such a long power cable for that. I mean, it's good they give you an extra long power cable, but think that's 51 months. Jeez. You want to know what's been long? Here, I got this morning. I woke up to this notification from YouTube this morning. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This. I woke up to this morning on my YouTube channel. New achievement, 20 years on YouTube. Hugh, congrats on your channel. Yeah, my YouTube channel, for those that don't know, is 20 years old. It is old enough to gamble. It is old enough to drink. It is old enough to purchase firearms. It is April 23rd, 2006. So it's actually more than that. Maybe their system doesn't count leap years or something, but yeah. We're coming up on 20 million views on the channel, and these are real views, not TikTok views, not short views, real views. We got almost 1,200 videos on this channel. God damn. Damn. That's a lot of views. That's a lot of videos. Last I checked, I have like 45 hours or 45 days of content. If you were to watch every live stream I've ever done back to back, it would take you like 45 days to watch them all. That was the last time I checked, and it's been a while since I checked. Can drink next year. My YouTube channel could drink 2 years ago in some provinces, a year ago in all of Canada. It's been fun. It has been fun. It's funny, every now and then I'll pull up like an old stream and just like here, let me find. Yeah. Like, when is this? 4 years ago. This is February 2022. This is when we built this printer right here. Back when we were in the basement. Back when I wore the apron a lot. The good old days. The good old days. R2 files within a week. That's right, because this was a Trident R2. Or this was the Voron V2.4 R2. So yeah, R2 files within a week. There you go. Trident R2 files aren't going to be in a week. They're between now and the end of spring. Sometime during the spring release window is Trident. Is the closest. Could be tomorrow. Could be June 20, whatever the last day of spring is. Somewhere in there, Trident R2. Put it that way. Yeah, the room. I hated this camera angle. I hated this camera angle. The looking from the side camera angle. I hated that. We were still doing Wheel of Names then. Still doing my dumb little dance. This is back when I had a hairline. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Now, look at that. Look how thin that's getting. Look how thin that's getting. Look at that. Look. 4 years. 4 years from that to this. Oh my God. Look, oh my God. Just hide that. Just hide that. There we go. Still got the beard though. Still got the beard. Still got the beard. The dome. I was gonna shave it a couple weeks ago, months ago. Last time I went to go get a haircut, I was just gonna shave it. I was just be like, you know what, fuck it, shave it. My wife's like, no, don't do that. I'm like, why not? I wear a hat all the time. Just shave it. It's like, no, you're not doing that yet. There's still too much hair there to be worth shaving. Oh my God, it's so bad. Like, oh my God. It is thinning like crazy now. Oh my God. Oh my God. There we go. He's gonna come back to me. Wait. Where's this? I'll just go get some black spray paint and just remember that stuff you spray your hair? It's not thinning on the sides though. I mean, I could fly to Turkey. If I cared, I could fly to Turkey. But guess what? I don't care. I'm married. I have a kid. I don't care anymore. I wear hats anyways. I like wearing hats. I think I look better with a hat and glasses. It works with the beard. Get a bald cap. Stephen Miller. Remember when he did that? He wore like the fake hair. See, the thing is though, he's like, he's very I can't make jokes about that. Stephen Miller looks like a guy who is very particular about grammar, if you will. The implications of a man who is very concerned about grammar, if that makes sense. Kids plus YouTube. One kid. One kid and he's plenty. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Let's do this giveaway. Okay, let's do this giveaway. If you did not enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, you will have another chance on Tuesday. And then also, we might do another Twitch stream tomorrow. I am having a lot of fun right now on Twitch playing Mass Effect. We are currently a little under halfway through the first game. Probably 2 or 3 more streams of the first game. Depends how much of the side missions we want to do. We might run through a couple of those. We might skip a bunch of the side missions and just let use the save editor, because let's be honest, they're kind of boring. But we're having a lot of fun with that. So if gaming streaming is something you are interested in, check out the Twitch channel, because I do it on Twitch. I keep it completely separate because I know some people aren't interested on it. If you want alerts for it, there is a channel on Discord for side projects on Twitch. Just mute that channel, because I do @here alerts when I go live on there. So if you don't want to be alerted for that, you can just hide that channel. But we're having fun. We're having fun. We got like 20-something people showing up in those streams. It's fun. It's Twitch. It's not for everyone. I know it's not for everyone, but it's like, I just really like Mass Effect, and we're just doing a playthrough of it because it's time for my annual playthrough of Mass Effect that I do every year. Let me see here. So it's Nero3D on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Nero3D. Give me a follow. Okay. How many names do we have? How many names? 216. Okay, bots 216. Play. Good game to redo. I used to do it like every year, and then I went like a couple years without doing it, and now it's back to being about an every year game. Okay, I think Baldur's Gate got me more interested, because it's like I miss those kind of story-driven character games where it's like you have a really good story, but you also have like a party of characters that you interact with. Like, I got to play Expedition 33 at some point. I'm waiting for Final French to see to go on sale, and then we'll do a playthrough of that at some point. Okay, how this works is if you win, you get a spool of filament from Polymaker. But if I pick your ball and your ball wins, you get a free hat if you win. This ball right here, who is this? Techmaster242. If you win, you get a free hat along with your spool of filament from Polymaker. Good luck. I don't know how you guys are gonna do. There's a rock in the way. You guys are magic. You can go through the rock. How are you going through the rock? I'm assuming there's supposed to be an animation or something with that. Anyways, okay. How many people? 216. Woo. I don't know. I think it's windy out. I hear something outside and I don't know what it is. Are those sharks in the water? So exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell, and are subscribed to the channel, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. And for a bonus, if you gift subs, it actually 10x's your luck too. Now, luck is an intangible thing, just like these rocks apparently. But if you do gift subs, it will 10x your luck. So who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Apparently these rocks are intangible to begin with, so I don't even know what's going on. We're underground right now. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, we're bouncing on the ceiling. Sure, why not? I don't know what's going on with this map. Whoever designed this map is on something. What is going on here? Well, Beep Dog's in the lead. I don't know where Beep Dog's going, but Beep Dog is in the lead. No clip. Yeah, just enable no clip. Oh, there's the finish line. Oh, we got like pachinko madness going on here. Okay, let's see. Oh, a bunch of people are dying now. Uh-oh. So let's see. Who's going to make it? Who is going to make it? Beep Dog or Solanth? Beep Dog or Solanth? Oh, or Dr. Ronnie. No, Beep Dog. Beep Dog. Beep Dog for the win. Beep Dog is our winner. Congratulations, Beep Dog. Find your information here. Beep Dog. There we go. So Beep Dog, you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Everyone, let's get some golf claps in chat for Beep Dog. Beep Dog. Send an email off here to get my code so I can bounce it to you. There we go. You guys have fun tonight? That was a fun stream tonight. That was a fun stream tonight. We actually were productive. Holy shit, we were actually productive with this. So if all goes well, the next stream with this will be, it's gonna be fun because we gotta do a full reinstall of Clipper, copy over the old config, and then do all the stuff to make Stealth Changer work. But if all goes well, hopefully within a stream or two, we're printing. And then I gotta figure out how to enclose this, because this is gonna be fun to enclose because like I have holes in the frame that we gotta figure out how to patch. Also, I may have to move the bed up. Somebody was telling me these, I may have to redo the bed standoffs to be shorter and more squat, because apparently with this doesn't reach. Let's find out. Let me see here, because apparently yeah, that don't reach. That don't reach. So we're gonna have to figure out how to raise that up. We're gonna have to do some shenanigans. Or I could just raise the bed up. So that is something I'm gonna have to figure out. So that's gonna be something we figure out on the next stream. If anyone has a link to the more shorter blocks that I need to use, can you link it in Discord? I'll print them off and we'll put them in on Tuesday. But yeah, so if all goes well, next stream will be a software shenanigans and then calibrations. So we'll get Buddy Garrison here, we'll do some calibrations, and then hopefully pushing plastic. Low profile joints are easy. Yeah, it's just a couple printed parts I gotta swap out. So that's what we will be doing next stream. Sweet. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we give away this stream and everything. Also, huge shout out to LDO Motors. I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, but we are building this. The printer itself was a self-sourced printer, V2, I know. That's how old this is, was self-sourced. But all the Stealth Changer specific stuff is courtesy of LDO Motors. If you are interested in purchasing from LDO, I do have a link in the description to all their resellers, so check that out. And for anyone who donated to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. Make sure you follow me on Twitch as well, Nero3D on Twitch. We're gonna do some video gaming tomorrow on Monday, and then back to regular streams on Tuesday. And then also, you're gonna be getting 2 videos a week for a while, because I have 4 more videos from Rocky Mountain I have to push out, but I also have actual proper content I need to do. So you might be getting like a Rocky Mountain video and then a regular video on the Saturday. We'll see, we'll make it work. Anyways, take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you in the future. Good night.